Yeah, I don't want to go to jail for anything. I'm much too, like, weak.
And you're pretty. You are listening to the Stand Up Dads podcast.
This is hecka boring.
Yeah, it is.
Let's try again.
Hey, you're listening to Stand Up Dads. This is Rob.
And Mike.
And this is episode 69. And I toyed with making this a sex episode. And I was like, it's too gross. So what I am going to do is, there was so much shit going on. I feel like I'm the worst fucking dad in the world right now. So I need another bad Dad Palooza.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
This is going to be bad Dad Palooza 2.
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking monster to my wife and kids today. And I have no fucking idea why, other than, like, why the fuck are you here? Go somewhere.
It is small. I mean, you know, I could see it where it's just, yeah. So what are you doing? What are your adaptations for
There's
quiet
none.
time?
It's all fucked up. I mean, I just stay grouchy so they leave me alone, which is not good.
Or hide in the bathroom. Bathroom don't work because they come banging on it, right?
No, my wife does the hide in the bathroom.
It used to be super effective for me, but somehow now, anytime I go in the bathroom, that's instantly where Oli, like, I will try to say, like, do you gotta go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. The second I'm in there, I gotta, or she's gotta ask me a question, and it's like, trying to talk to her, like, dude, you just give me a minute. Can I wipe my ass and come talk first?
Daddy needs to jerk off.
Dun. Oh yeah. Oh my God, dude. I would take everything in there just to have a little moment, you know? Like, I love having Oli here and I love it, but yeah. I want that moment. Like, I almost want to, like, bring my food in there. I'll bring all my stuff. I'll bring my work in there.
Yeah, I'm just not that comfy on the toilet.
Yeah, we got to change it up. That's what we got to do. Make it. There's a lounger in there, and.
Well, I'm just pissed off because, like, the other day, the wife gave me a folder full of homeschooling stuff that we got from the teacher, like a packet.
Yeah.
And okay, my kid's in first grade, and it's first grade math. And then I'm looking at the first assignment that I've got, and I'm going to read it to you, like, from the page.
Okay.
Add within 100, including adding a 2-digit number and a 1-digit number, and adding a 2-digit number and a multiple of 10, using concrete models or drawings and strategies based on plain value, properties of operations, and or the relationship between addition and subtraction. Relate the strategy to a written method and explain the reasoning used. Understand that in adding 2-digit, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's not even done. Finish it. What's the rest?
Understand that in adding 2-digit numbers, one adds tens and tens, ones and ones, and sometimes, if necessary, to compose a 10. What the fuck is that?
It sounds like a freaking Monty Python.
I look up at the top of the sheet where he's supposed to fill it in, and it's just a couple of squares. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
And not even a picture. No, like, I need the picture, or at least one example, you know?
Yeah, and I'm mad at myself because, okay, I'm too stupid to figure out first grade homework, but then I look at this, I showed this to you yesterday.
Yeah, no. Like, I can't make heads or tails of that, man. Without an example to see, like what? Like...
I've passed college level math classes and I cannot figure this shit out.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It seems cruel and unusual to like if we can't figure that out when you're just reading that out loud. And when you showed me it and I tried to read it, yeah, I couldn't help but laugh because I was like, wait, what are we doing? Like, can you first just even have a title that just says adding fractions, or like, so I can start.
I have to admit that when I gave you that, part of me was afraid that you were going to like, oh, they just want you to do this. And I'd be like, fuck.
I should have done it.
I really am too stupid to do first grade homework.
Yeah, I should have done that and just told you, oh, dude, you just divide that square into 4. And you would have been, what? And I would have been like, go look it up on Google when you get home. And then you would have been like, that son of a bitch lied.
I don't know. So yeah, and it just seems like talking to other parents, and I mean, I know you've had the experience where everyone has like different expectations. Like some school districts, it seems like they have their shit together. Some of them, it's just like,
Yeah.
log on to this and see what they can get out of it, and it's just kind of
Yeah.
chaotic.
Yeah. I don't know. It just shows me another level of how our system fails, because it's like from district to district to district, just in this little area, from like Roseville to Orangevale to, Elk Grove. It's so different. Like what you have sounds completely different than what we have, which was, they had us take home their written books, and then they've actually done a pretty good job, I think, of like they'll send I won't say pretty good. They've done a great job of like adapting to like, you go on every day, you have a class like kind of Google Doc, and you click on it. It has an example video. Like without that, the explanation on some of it is like, what? And then it's like they do a good job of, okay, the video helps. Now I know what we're doing. Now I can actually help. But other people, like I know our friend Cindy was saying, like, right, the first week they were already online and working with the teacher every day at their school. It's like, that's what? Like,
well, I think it's a combination of district and teacher, because our teacher is awesome. Like, she's really involved and she's sending us stuff all the time, to a point where I'm like, hey, back off. I haven't even caught up to this yet. But that's my fault, not hers. So she should keep doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
But had I had the teacher we had last year, she probably would already be, at the beach if they weren't closed. Just, I don't know, it's dedication. But yeah, I mean, you're literally, without traffic, a 10-minute drive from my place, and it's just a world of difference between your school and district and mine.
Completely different. And that reminds me of one of my friends had sent me, I think, is it from the day before? So this also shows the difference, where it's like with our teacher right now, it's once a week on Fridays from like 10 to 10:30 is where they're actually all logging in and talking to the teacher. And it's kind of just a check-in.
We have that too.
Yeah. So, but this, my friend, she's in Nevada. She sent me a thing that's like for pre-K, the teacher sent out, family, if you didn't attend yesterday's meeting, check in by 3 p.m. If I don't hear from you by 3 p.m., school counseling will be following up by tomorrow.
Jesus Christ.
Pre-K. So that's Nevada. That's the next one's like, we will come with a gun and drag you to a week. We can't. Like, what?
The state where gambling and prostitution are legal.
Yeah. But like, that's a pretty big difference, where it's one's like, we're going to semi-talk once a week. The rest is going to be your recording. The other one's like, you better log on or I'm going to have counseling call you. And what's counseling going to do? You need to, it's like, you're not tracking anything right now, man. Like,
well, I think they should have assigned counselors to be like, hey, is your dad hitting your mom right now? Because stuff about domestic violence going through the roof right now.
Yeah. So that seems like more,
or is your
more
mom
appropriate.
Dad right now?
Yeah.
In your case.
Yeah. I don't know. I think me and Melissa have like tried to pull together on it, because we both feel like inadequate to teach this stuff, you know. So trying to figure it out. Thank God that the math right now she's doing is basically early geometry. So it was like, it's like the one math I was good at and I can do. It's like, we're like, what we did a zoo last week. I'm like, yay, we can design a zoo. Like, we can draw that. Like, I can show you how to use a ruler. Like, I was all excited.
I'll trade you early geometry for first grade math.
Yeah, I know. I probably would, especially the way they do it. And then I told you, like, we were talking about certain things I've seen from this that I didn't realize. Like, I knew she was using it at school, but I didn't realize how cool, like, Prodigy was. Like, that math game is really freaking fun, and it explains it well, this new ridiculous math. And then the iReady, even though it's super boring to them compared to how like Prodigy's like does a good job of making it fun. The other one's really good at explaining it, at least for me, so I can learn it and see how to show. Oh, that's how you have to show your work. So I usually have to get past like, oh, that's how they do it. That's dumb, but let's do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every time. And I'll say it and Oli will go, Daddy, stop it. You do it the wrong way. Or, oh, she said it one time. She's like, well, Nana does it the wrong way. I'm like, Nana was a controller level accountant, CPA. They did not fix math 20 years ago or whatever. Like, ridiculous. I actually miss the sound of my mom used to have not just the computers, but sometimes she had the little one that would have a little tape that would go
ticker tape. Yeah.
And the sound of that when she would be practicing and getting her schoolwork done in the kitchen. Nice. And then every now and then she'd be like, don't make me come in there, because me and Doug would be like, because me and Doug would get along super good, and then I'd go too far and he'd be like, get out of here. You don't make me come in there.
And then you'd force your dog to hump your little cousin.
Yes. Oh my God. Good times.
Yeah. Well, so with all the Corona stuff, and we're going to start the Bad Dad Palooza with a couple of stories about some parents that didn't want to let Corona change their lifestyle.
Oh my God.
So in a way, they're heroes to the fucking idiots that are protesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here we go.
Well, I saw a funny meme too, where they were talking about I noticed that all the signs that they're complaining about aren't, and the person who did it posted a bunch of screenshots from this one protest, and it's like, these aren't signs that are like, I want to go back to work. It's I want my hairdresser to go back to work and be in danger so I can get a haircut.
I want
and each one they just rewrote underneath, like, actually I want someone to have to go and make me a burger and put their family at risk. I want my nail salon to reopen. Like, I was like, dang, it's a valid point when they're like, I demand, it's my right to get this. It's like, yeah, you're still wanting the other people to come back and be at risk for I want to go to the bar, I want to go to the concert,
One of my favorite posts I saw was, hey, business is booming. I'm doing hair and nails. I can't even get more time for appointments. And someone wrote back and said, oh, I really need you. Where are you? It's like, oh, I'm over here at the funeral home.
Yeah. Like, you can get your hair and nails done. That's a good one.
Just keep going out.
Yep.
And granted, obviously there's ways we could do this better. But anyway, these guys in El Paso, Texas, did not want to let COVID interfere with their lifestyle. Father and son arrested for gang attack on kids at Chemizal. This is in El Paso.
What's Chemizal? That's this town?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or it's a state park, I think.
Okay.
So a dad and his son, the dad is 45, so he's just 2 years younger than you and me. And a 17-year-old son, Lorenzo and Anthony Provencio, were held Thursday in the El Paso County Detention Facility for engaging in organized criminal activity.
What were they doing?
These two, father and son, 45 and 17, beat up and robbed two 14-year-olds and a 12-year-old.
Oh my God. What the hell? And how did this tie? So what was their explanation?
Well, let's see. The victims were beaten, threatened with a knife and taser, and had their clothes and other personal belongings stolen.
Oh my God.
It has nothing to do with COVID, but this happened just last month.
Yeah.
Dude, with all the lockdowns and shit, what the fuck are you doing? But it's Texas.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, this is classic bad dad, because who the fuck?
Yeah, let's let's go bond. Want to ride a bike? Nah. Want to rob some kids?
Let's beat up some kids.
Yeah, and take their stuff.
I mean, my dad did some stupid shit, but he never enrolled me with that stuff.
I know. Yeah.
But not to be beat in California in Pine Valley. I'm guessing that's down by the border.
Yeah.
Father and daughter arrested and meth bust at I-8. Father and daughter arrested after Border Patrol agents found over 56 pounds of methamphetamine inside their vehicle early Friday morning. This one actually just came out.
Yeah.
This just hit the news this morning, actually. So, silver 2001 Infiniti SUV approached the checkpoint, and the dogs went nuts. They found 39 plastic wrap packages of meth concealed in 3 duffel bags on the back seat. They didn't even try to hide it. It weighed over 56 pounds, estimated street value of $62,000, which seems low because you see all the drug busts on TV and stuff. It's like one duffel bag, that's like $1 million street value, but I guess meth isn't worth that much.
Wow.
42-year-old dad and 18-year-old daughter. So the family that does drugs together, well, they weren't doing them. They were selling them. But Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess business has to go on.
Well, and then what they'll do is they'll make that into an argument like, see, that's because they can't work. And it's like, no, they probably
pretty sure they've done it a million
anyway.
times. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's something that's possible that you would consider doing, this virus thing is probably not the only reason you would do it. You know, you're not gonna suddenly
it's not like Good Girls. Have you seen that?
No, what is that one?
It's these 3 women, housewives that get involved with organized crime just because they need the money.
Oh God.
And it's like the first episode. I mean, I'm not giving anything away. They decide to rob a grocery store.
Oh my God.
So it's like 3 moms. Like one of them is the hot chick from Mad Men.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's just hilarious because they're like sweet little ladies, but they find themselves in it and they're like, well, this is pretty good money. And it's just, I don't know. It's kind of silly.
Makes it a funny show, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, it's like a wannabe Breaking Bad, but not done so well.
Okay.
Then we go to the other side of the extreme with people going way too fucking far with the COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
This is from a story from yesterday. Cambridge, Massachusetts. Father who allegedly pulled knife on jogger to enforce social distancing.
Oh my God.
So a guy was walking with his 2 younger kids. A jogger was approaching and he pulled a knife on him and said, "You're too close. Go to the other side of the street."
Oh my God.
The guy said he was 40 feet away.
Wow.
The father said, "Get the expletive on the other side of the street." The jogger described the knife as a silver pocket knife. Apparently the guy dumped the knife and they found it had a 4-inch blade. They allowed the father to walk the children home because they were becoming upset. Then the father was interviewed by police. The dad says he recalled telling someone to cross the street in order to keep distance from his family, but he denied pulling out the knife. They searched him, but again, they did find a knife around there. So he just got arrested. So I'm sure more charges will come to that. And I get it, like, because we did one of those birthday parades for my sister-in-law last week. Yeah. And everyone was getting too close to my kid. And it was like, fuck, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And that's what I don't get is like, you see people complaining, like, stop telling us we can't do it. Well, but the people, they're not, because I'll see people all the time that their main argument is so like, let's just let common sense prevail. You know what? You're supposed to be wearing a mask of some kind right now. And I would say not half of the people when I ran into Walmart had them on. And they just, and people are just right on top of you. So common sense obviously is not prevailing. And I saw a thing about Newsom having to, talk to, the Southern California again about their beaches because they have, they got the videos of people just jammed on there next to each other. And it's like, if people actually were being smart enough to give themselves, or do people need to learn what 6 feet is?
Well, the thing is, 6 feet's just an arbitrary number, and shit goes further than that. But
have some, there's no distance. There's the people that just are like, I'm invincible, or I don't care if I get it, and they don't take that extra thing of caring that they could be bringing it to someone who could die from it, they just think that, well, that's going to happen anyway, or,
Yeah, I'm trying to find the funny in this because I was actually trying to write some jokes on it the other day, talking about, because, eventually we're going to be able to do open mics again.
Yeah.
Talking about how I miss it because right now I can tell people to fuck off and I'm the good guy.
Yeah, which is nice. Yeah.
I'm going to miss that. But I'm also going to miss like the small victories, going to the stores and like just feeling like a fucking hero or a, victorious hunter because I found like a roll of toilet paper. And
I know. What a feeling where you're like, oh my God, like I hit the jackpot.
like Tom Hanks in Castaway when he made fire, that whole celebration.
Yeah.
I made fire. I brought toilet paper.
Yep.
And you feel like a fucking daredevil every time you go out the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, another guy that went too far. This one's kind of sad. So it's typical. I'm not wrapping up on this though.
Yeah.
This is in Salt Lake City. This one happened earlier this month. Dad arrested after physically preventing girl from leaving house during pandemic. Dad didn't want to let his kid leave the house.
Okay.
48-year-old Salt Lake man was booked in jail on Wednesday. His 16-year-old daughter wanted to leave the house, and he said no. So he grabbed the victim and threw her.
Oh my God.
Struck her multiple times in the face and got on.
What the hell?
Yeah. Got on top of the victim with his arm and applied pressure to the victim's neck. The dad is 6'5", 250 pounds. She suffered substantial injuries, swelling to the mouth, left side of the face, bruises, looks like choking bruises, bruise to the rib. And it's like, okay, dude, I get, based on how much of
the thing is, that doesn't sound like that has anything to do with
he probably does that shit anyway.
Safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna beat someone because you're like, I don't want you to go, that has zero to do with caring whether or not they're gonna get sick or get someone else sick. If you're capable of like hitting your kid or throwing your kid like that, and that's something that just bugs me in general because I don't know. I have friends that'll talk to me and they'll have just the worst people that are, the dads to their kids, but I feel like what people don't seem to understand is they seem to think if they donated their sperm to create a kid that they are the dad.
Yeah.
And it's like you gotta fucking earn it to be an actual dad or an actual father. Just because you were there for that, if you're a son of a bitch and I'm sorry, man, if you don't want to pay your child support, you don't want to pay anything extra, or you're going to complain that you're going to, I bought this or that then go away, man. Like have nothing to do. If you're just, I don't get that. It makes me furious.
Well, this guy responded,
people are like
she just went, okay, I'm going out. I'm going to suck up as many dicks as I can tonight.
No,
I'm pretty sure I might have that impulse to be like, what?
What the hell?
Owen, get back here. You're not sucking dicks tonight. God damn it.
Oh my God.
I don't know. These are unusual times. So, I mean, just based on my fucked up attitude today towards my own family.
Yeah, but you're not going to.
No, I would never.
You're not going to. You're just not going to pick up your kids and chuck them, though. That's like different.
It might cross your mind.
Well, instead what happens is you end up, I think I told you that last night, where it's like what Oli starts to do right now, and she's done it to me and Melissa, and we both had to talk to her because she'll go, I don't understand this, Daddy. Can you look at it? And then she'll hand it to me and I'll go, let me, and she'll go, never mind, I know it, and grab it out of my hands.
Why?
And I'll go, oh, no, she did this. It was like, it felt like an old comedy routine because it took the third time I finally snapped. So she did it and she goes, wait, I know how to do it. Then she goes, oh, wait, no, I don't. Can you look at it? And she hands me it. It's like a math thing. I go, okay, let me, and grabs it back. No, wait, I know it. Then she gives it to me. And when she grabs it the third time, you stop snapping. She's snatching that out of my hand. Like,
you doing this just to fuck with you or what?
No, she gets like, she's so like stressed over trying to do it and do it right.
So now you're both stressed.
That it's like,
and nothing good.
It's like her mind is just focused so much on it that it's like, I want your help. No, wait, I think I know it. No, and it's the grabbing that back. I was just like, usually I try not to like snap like that, but I was like, you need to stop grabbing this stuff.
Yeah.
If you want someone to help you, you gotta let me just help you.
Yeah, do you want help or not?
And then it was, you're so mean. Like I told her, she told me, she's you can choose not to be like this.
Fuck you. It's like when my kid wants to play, like he's like, hey, we're going to play cut police. I'm like, all right. He makes so many fucking rules. And it's like, you're doing it wrong. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not doing this.
It makes it the worst. Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
I am not doing this. I don't know. I guess it makes me an asshole dad, but
No, I think this is that's across the board with so many kids, I think, because Oli does that too, where it's like, not like that. Never mind. Like, I'll just do it. And you're like, well, now you made me like sad playing with you because now I feel like I failed at like, especially like with her, she'll build all sorts of like her LOL dolls. I'll get her like cardboard boxes and stuff, and she'll turn them into like, she'll paint them. She'll put the popsicle. She'll put wood flooring in with popsicle sticks. So they come out beautiful. But it's the worst. It's like you're a contractor to like
Manchester
a super
House.
rich lady. Yeah. Well, you're a contractor to this really mean. Who was the ones from like the 60s, the Zsa Zsa Gabor or something. So it's like these rotten rich people or something, because it's like, she's like, okay, I want you to paint this side. Okay, start to paint. Not that color. Oh my God, what are you doing? Right. Not like that. And I'm like, and by the time, like within a few minutes, you're like, I don't want to help anymore. Yeah. Please play with me. It's like, this game sucks.
Like Goldie Hawn and Overboard. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a great movie.
That is a great movie.
It is.
Is that where they first met?
That's one of Melissa's favorite.
Or were they already together?
I think that's where they met.
That's cool.
That's one of Melissa's favorite movies.
It's a stupid, silly movie, but it's still fun to watch.
It's fun. And you get Roddy McDowell, man. He's such a great actor. He plays the
the rich guy.
No, he's not the rich guy. That guy's hilarious too. But Roddy plays the butler.
Yeah.
And there's a really great scene that just, I felt like, God, it shows what a good, solid actor he was, where she finally apologizes to him. And he does it all like just in his expression. And then he's like, it's okay, madam. But you could just see,
like, fuck you.
I'm like, God, man, he's so good.
Yeah. For the youngins listening going, what the fuck are you talking about? The movie's called Overboard. I believe it's where Goldie Hawn and Russell Crowe, Jesus Christ.
Russell Crowe.
Fucking, God, now I can't remember his name. I'm remembering all these other names. I almost said Patrick Swayze. What's your fucking boyfriend's name?
Oh my God. Kirk, no.
Yeah. God damn it. Kurt Russell.
There you go.
So for those going, who the fuck is Goldie Hawn? It's Kate Hudson's mom.
I was going to say, all my explanations are going to be even worse, because I'll be like, well, Roddy McDowell was in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
He was on Batman as Bookworm, I think.
That's not going to help anybody.
Do these help? Goldie Hawn was in Private Benjamin. And, even better, she was in Laugh-In, yeah. Are these helping it ring a bell?
Okay, Grandpa, wrap it up. So,
I was gonna say I'll play songs when I start my live lesson, and I'll just pick random ones. And I picked Time Warp from Rocky Horror, and I play that at the beginning. And one of the students wrote like, "This is the oldest song I've ever heard."
Oh my God.
I'm like, what is this, 1975? That's the oldest. I go, I doubt that. They're like, this is really, really old, Mr. Gray. That's all they know is.
I got some stuff to recommend for you.
Yeah, give me some more. I was like,
can you get in trouble?
I'm sure the oldest. Oh yeah, no, I don't play anything that's like,
Maybe I won't then.
I'll play like a lot of times I'm playing. Yeah, no, I won't play.
Is this about a tranny?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, or else I would have played Sweet Transvestite instead.
Or play what's the one?
Get in trouble. Yeah.
Take a Walk on the Wild Side.
Oh yeah, that one's a great one because it's such a like calming song. I remember as a kid going, "Wait, what?
Wait,
yeah. Wait, each chorus has a wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what's he talking about?"
We should do a music episode just on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because, actually, maybe we should.
Yeah, I pick more like, random stuff and things that go for animation.
Yeah. Well, shoot, I remember when I was on Willie Listen, the podcast where it's a music one. And like he actually actively chooses to listen to 8-bit video game songs.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently that's a thing now, which I can't imagine. But I don't know.
Wow. And why? What's the
He
reason?
likes it.
Is
It just reminds him of growing up, like with Nintendo or Sega or whatever the hell he played with.
Mm.
Okay, so our last bad dad.
Okay.
This happened in Colorado, and it's combination good dad, bad dad, because he was a good dad because he took his 6-year-old daughter to a park and was playing. I've seen the same story with different versions. I've seen softball, t-ball. Pretty much he was playing with his daughter at the park. And this is in, I want to say, Brighton, Colorado. And in Colorado, because I know it's different in every state, parks are closed to groups larger than 4. So it was just him and his kid, it sounds like. So he really was not breaking any rules, and he was staying away from people. But cops came up to him and asked him for his ID. And this is where he goes from good dad to bad dad. And he just refused. And I understand, yes, within your rights. And again, this goes state to state. If you're not suspected of a crime, you have no reason to give your ID. Again, that changes state to state. But the guy was just being a dick to him. I'm like, you know what, man? And they told him, it's like, dude, if you don't give us your ID or tell us who you are, we're going to have to cuff you in front of your 6-year-old kid. Do you really want to do that? And he fucking pushed it. So they cuffed him and threw him in the car.
Yeah, and that's where it's like, that's where it gets, because on the one hand, where someone like is getting bugged with their kid at a park, but the protests at the capitals that we're seeing where the idiots are there with no mask, they're not 6 feet apart, they've got guns, like, how is that protected? Because it's like, oh, that's free speech. It's like, well, no, dude, you still gotta follow what we're trying to stop, which is a pandemic.
It's a lot easier to hassle a single guy with a kid than it is to hassle fucking some fat guy with an AR-15. So, I mean, and again, it's state to state, and I don't know, but it's funny because suddenly everyone's a constitutional fucking scholar.
I know. Everybody, is right. Like, these are my rights.
And, you know, Colin Quinn, he did a whole CD on like the Constitution in the US and all that, which is actually really pretty fucking cool.
That's what I miss right now, is where I miss like a George Carlin or somebody like that, where I'm like,
I would give him that status, but he was
great at pointing out stuff and being able to.
Well, I got a clip here where he's talking about, you know, where everyone seems to know better than fucking lawyers.
Yeah.
And it's from a clip called "The Country is Getting Divorced."
4 pages. That's how long the Constitution is. If you haven't read it, I hope you feel as stupid as I felt last year when I started this show and I hadn't read it yet. 4 pages. That's the whole thing. That's our whole country based on 4 pages, which is pretty amazing, the Constitution. But the thing is, it worked. Well, it worked, and now this country's about to break up. People see this country as either, you know, the last best hope, hard work and fair play, or exploitation and greed, depending on, you know, however you like to see things. And like I said, we're going to break up. This country's going to get divorced. Red states, blue states. A house divided cannot stand. And you know who said that? Kris Jenner. That's correct. And we're going to break up because people keep trying to tell each other what to do. That's our whole thing. I want people to act this way. I want people to act that way. But the whole point of the Constitution is nobody gets to tell each other what to do. We don't get along. We don't agree on anything, but everybody loves the Constitution. I mean, soccer moms and strippers both talk about it. You know, cops and criminals, the Tea Party and the ACLU, everybody believes in the Constitution. Yeah, Declaration of Independence never really took off the way people thought it would. Even though that was important too. That was like our divorce papers from England. That was when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary. It's not you, England, it's us, but we have to go away. Constitution, everybody here knows it. We all know what it says. Nobody had to read it. You know, you can't, 4 pages, like I said, you have this kind of time, but, you know, everybody knows what it says because you can quote it when your friends get pulled over outside a bar. You have the friend that's a lawyer. Don't worry, they can't touch you if you're within 50 feet of a U.S. mailbox. That's a federal offense. You know. That's the thing with the Constitution. It's the only document, the drunker you get, the better you understand what it says. You know?
The drunker you get, the better you understand what it says.
I love that. Or you're within 50 feet or, So it is always that,
I mean, the thing is, we're in an unusual time, and yeah, the dad that got arrested in Colorado, and they put him in the car for like 10, 15 minutes and then let him go, and they actually apologized to him. The police department did.
Wow.
But sometimes it doesn't, that's the hardest lesson I've ever learned, is it doesn't pay to be right all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn that in marriage for sure. I mean, this is a fucked up time, and I would fucking hate to be a cop right now. I would hate to be a cop anytime. But just the bullshit they're dealing with, you don't know what, you get these morons out coughing on people just to be a dick. I saw a clip of some guy saying, "Hey, cough on me." Like he was just like asking, it was just, and people like women that he would ask would look at him like, ugh, like he just asked him to pee on her or something like that.
Yeah. Well, those people, I'm like, dude, if you're that brave, then go volunteer and go help in the intensive care. And see if, guarantee that you're going to get it if you're so brave and you think it's such a joke,
But there's no
go help
care because it's all fake.
Yeah. Well, go check it out. Go see. And then what's funny is I'll hear people always say like too, well, I don't know anyone who's gotten it. And it's like, I have a friend, one of my teacher friends, who her daughter just got over it. She's 25. And when she was describing what her daughter went through was horrific. 25. I'm like, oh my God, that's the thing. They give the false stuff out where they're like, only the really old or the, immunocompromised people will get it and children don't get it. It's like, we don't know.
Apparently it likes fat guys, so I got to keep an eye out.
Well, and to me, it's just like, that's part of the problem is we have so many news outlets that are just geared to one far left or far right and are fully willing to lie or focus on one thing. So you get these crazy truths of like, one guy on Facebook I saw, he's like, this is ridiculous. It may be, callous, but everyone's going to get it anyway. It's not worth it for what it's doing to the economy. And there's only been 40 deaths anyway in Orange County. And it's like, what? Where are you pulling that number from?
Well, it might be factual.
It could be true. Maybe. Is it in that little section? But what I see instead is when they talk about the stuff on the news, when they said like nationwide, even though it's slowed down, there's still certain stuff where they had said the other day where it was like there was like 2,000 deaths in the last 2 days or something. I was like, that is not insignificant, But people like to go, yes, but it's out of millions. I go, that's 2,000 people. Like, can you not put faces to that? Can you not?
That'd be like our entire high school that we went to being wiped out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, they think, well, I haven't met anyone yet or whatever. And
good, lucky for you.
And what bugs me the most,
that
and what
tells
I was hoping,
me is they hang out with uninteresting people that don't travel.
Yeah. But I don't know. It bugs me that my hope was, this thing's terrible, but maybe it would wake people up to the fact that maybe we all have to change how we're thinking and think in terms of like us as a community, what would help everyone. But instead, it still seems like unless it actually happens to someone, I had the conversation months ago with someone who was talking about basically Medi-Cal is, ridiculous. It just funds people who are lazy and I shouldn't have to pay for it. And I'm like, well, I had to be on it because I was laid off. And then Melissa got pregnant while I was in between jobs and didn't have coverage. And it was before they got rid of the pre-existing. So Olivia was considered, a baby was considered pre-existing condition. So it's the whole thing about not that we even we didn't want an abortion, but it's just funny where it's like, there's the pro-lifers that are like, you better keep them. But we're
not going to do a damn
we're not
thing
helping anyone. And then once they're born, we're not helping them. And,
come around again when he's 18 and can go to the army.
Yeah. And then I don't understand either the people that are, they, instead of getting mad at our government and getting mad that all this money's being given out and just like crumbs are getting to us, they get mad instead of like, they're so easily like, oh, I'm mad at the governor because he won't let me out of my house. It's like, why don't you get mad that none of the money that we just sent out, that's our money from our taxes, came to you.
Yeah.
Like it could have come to you so you wouldn't lose your business. Like the small businesses that aren't getting the money, that it's still going to the bigger places first, whoever can, be seen. And I don't know. I'm mad.
Fucking hippie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, email us. thestandupdads@gmail.com. I don't feel better. I don't think these dads were shitty enough for me to
I know.
feel better
Yeah.
about myself.
Yeah. We need to.
But I'm trying not to put out depressing ones. So,
well, I think you have to find your balance. And these ones were better because they were not as bad. But before you had them so bad that it was like.
Well, there was one like a dad who killed like 5 infants. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So,
see, those are the ones you picked before. It's like a kick in the balls right at the end where we're all laughing. And then you're like, and now the bad dad, this man killed his whole family. And then what?
And then ate chicken wings.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then you go, contact us at
exactly.
Stand Up Dad.
If you need artwork of said parent killing children, who should you reach out to?
Come to Pencil for Hire. That's Pencil FOR Hire on Instagram or pencilforhire.com. No, I have not updated it yet, but I did see one great comic that it was the New Yorker did, a guy in the New Yorker. Because I've been suffering from this where I feel like I have all this time. I should be doing something. One, I don't really have all this time because now it's basically like when I have my daughter, I'm cooking and cleaning the whole freaking day and doing stuff. But the picture was this guy, this guy sitting on a raft, like stuck on a raft on this horrible storm. Like he's out there dying. It's like, and he's thinking this would be a good time to finish my book.
Yeah,
like, and it's totally true. It's like, we're making our unrealistic expectations of like, now I should have this, or like me, I'm like, I should have my website finished, or I should get this done. And it's like, we don't sit and stop and think like,
in real life, it's, I should shower today.
Yeah. Or like you said, I found toilet paper, success. Or, I cooked and put the dishes away. Success.
I know. Well, speaking of free time, now's a perfect time to get Eye of Mongambo, the graphic novel by Doug Gray. We think it's wonderful. There's going to be a link in the show notes, as well as links to all the stories we talked about and the the audio that we played. Go check it out. It's well done. It's entertaining. What else you got to do? It's only a few, what is it, $12-13?
Yeah, it's
it's a great read.
It's really friggin' hilarious,
Tell you what, if you get it and you don't like it, your next podcast is free. Check out my side project, Gag on This Podcast. We're doing about 2 a week now because we're doing them on Zoom until the comedy clubs open up again. And we also have to find a new home since Blacktop shut down, which I'm really sad about.
Yeah, that's the sad thing is when the businesses are shutting down that could have used the help,
But yeah, check it out. We've been interviewing. We had Mikey Winfield, like I said the other time. We had Mean Dave that just came out. We've got, I can't remember the next one coming up. But we're having some names that we couldn't get to before because they were out of the area or were too busy to come around. So now everything's shut down. So we can get we're getting some people. I'm pretty impressed with who Danny and Nick are coming up with. So give that a listen. Yeah. I think out of all this, just try not to be dicks to each other and stay safe.
Yep.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
The thing I want to say is thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.